All right, Shalom. This is your brother Shamak out of the Great Millstone Atlanta camp. Before I get started with the lesson, I want to first start by giving all the glory, infinite praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachak Kadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well. Shalom Tartar said Akim that's pushing, teaching truth all across the four corners of the earth, all around the world. And Shalom Tartar sincere listeners and sincere believers. Okay, how do we know that this is the end? Okay, how do we know that this is the end, man? All right, mainly referring to Bible prophecy. How do we know that this is the end? Okay, one of the main indicators of us hastening in the coming of our power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, because Yahweh Shai is about to return to deliver the elect of Israel and a great multitude of believers as well. All right, and also coming, Yahweh Shai is also returning to destroy those that are wicked. Okay, and that fail to repent to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. If you of course are an Israelite. All right, but without further ado, rather get some scriptural indicators that this should let us know that we're in these last days, that this is the end. Okay, and these are the things that keeps us pushing. Okay, when we see certain prophecies coming into fruition. All right, coming that we see coming to pass very soon. All right, these are some of the things that keep us pushing, man. Current events. All right, spiritual things. All right. So without further ado, I'll grab 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 7, because this is one of the scriptures we have to grab, because when we speak of the end, the first thing that comes to, the mass population's mind is just the whole entire earth just blowing up. No, that's not what we're referring to, man. We're referring to the end of Esau, the so-called white man's rulership. That's what we're referring to at the end, because we understand that according to prophecy, according to the scripture here, okay, that the Israelites will be ruling on the planet Earth up next, man. Okay, for all the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that are scattered across the four corners of the earth. All right, we're not just in one center place. We're scattered all around the world. All right. So this is 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that falleth? So Ezra is getting his visions understood, where helping getting his visions understood by the angel Uriel. Okay, he's asking for clarification. What's going on? He said, when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that falleth? Verse 8, he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac. So Uriel is explaining to him, says from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. All right, Jacob is the forefather of the Israelites, and Esau is the forefather of the Edomites, the so-called white nation today. All right, it says Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, and that was symbolism, man. All right, in Genesis chapter 25, Esau came out first, all over like a hairy garment, but Jacob held first because it showed that symbolism of rulership. Esau was going to rule before Jacob ruled in its entirety. Okay, before the Israelites ruled in its entirety, man. In verse 9, it says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that falleth. All right, so understand that this is our last captivity, man. This is our last captivity. All right, and the Israelites are already predestined to rule up next. Already predestined, is already set forth and already written to happen. So it's going to happen. All right, for those that actually trust, the word of the Lord, man, that actually trust the Holy Bible. Okay. And the book of Matthew also gives us indicators of what shall we expect in these last days. Okay, so let's get that as well. All right, and disciples in the past with Yahweh Shai asked these same questions, man. They were hastening as well because they was in the spirit. Okay, so this is Matthew chapter 24, verse 3. It says, and as he sat upon the mountain of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be, and what sign shall be the and what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? So they were already asking these questions, and Yahweh Shai had to respond for us to take heed in these days, in these last days, man. Verse 4, it says, and Yahweh Shai answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Yahweh Shai, and shall deceive many. Verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. And one example of these rumors of wars, think about the tensions of what's going on with Russia and the U.S. Think about the tensions with Iran and the U.S. Okay, and also in their allies, man. You also gotta include in China. You gotta include in North Korea. You have to include in these nations because these are threats, man. These are rumors of wars. All right. This is how you know that. Oh, this day, man. This is a sign of the end. The Bible spoke of these things. All right, and it ultimately it should increase your faith. It should increase your faith, man. Okay, because we are captives here, and Yahushua is going to deliver you if you sincerely believe in Him, man. All right. That's how we please Him, man, through our faith. According and faith is also backed up by works. All right. But it says, but the end is not yet. Verse 7, it says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. So we seeing one example was of a current event was going on now with food shortages, man. They just put out an article, I want to say about a week ago or 2 weeks ago about shortages in chicken. All right, famines, man. People dying of starvation. That's a sign of the end, man. That is a sign of the end. That should increase your faith because we understand that we're in these last days, and it should show you that the Bible is true, simple and point blank to the period, man. All right, it says pestilence. Pestilence are deadly diseases. All right, the Lord can send out any pestilence that He desires. All right, whatever that may be. All right, and people may wonder what that's going on now. It could very well, of course, the Lord is in all the doing. All right, all those that are dropping dead from the virus that they proclaim that is going around. All right, during this pandemic. All right, it says that earthquakes, in diverse places, all these natural disasters that the Lord, can cause to the earth, man. All right, these are these are indicators that this is the end. These are all indicators that this is the end, man. You seeing these nations rise against nation. All right, Esau, the so-called white man, is divided within his own nation, man, within his own kingdom. Okay, he's not 100% all together. They're not all together one body. They're arguing within themselves, man. All right, so that's another indicator that should let you know that this is the end. Okay, because the Bible speaks upon that as well. Satan divided against Satan. How can Satan stand? Roughly paraphrasing. All right, verse 8. It says, "All these are the beginning of sorrow." So this is just the beginning. All right, during this end times, man. This is just the beginning because things are about to get totally worse, man. It's about to get increasingly worse, man. All right, but let's go on down to verse 13. It says, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And my point is at 14. I want to emphasize 14. It says, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. All right. So another spiritual indicator that this is the last times of the awakening of the Israelites, awakening of the sincere prophets of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, the sincere servants, man, that you see teaching on the highways and byways, teaching on the streets, putting up videos on YouTube, and sincerely and in truth and in doctrine. All right, that's another indicator that this is the end, man, because the Lord clearly said it here in this verse 14 that the gospel shall be preached, the good news shall be preached. All right, you shall be prophesied unto all nations, all the world. Then the end is going to come. All right, that's probably one of the best indicators, man. All right, of the awakening of the prophets. Okay. All right, so let's also get let's just get Revelation since I mentioned the awakening. All right, us receiving that spirit. Let's get that Revelation chapter 11. Let's get both of these verses, man. Okay, this is Revelation chapter 11, verse 11. It says, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them. Those 3 days being 300. And it says in a half. It was so a half a day. Half of 100 is 50. So 350 years. We didn't have any truth, man. Okay, we were barren of the truth. Okay, and the truth came back into the earth. All right, in the late 60s, roughly around 1969, 1970. Okay, and you could correspond that with a 350 year gap. Okay. 350 year gap. It says what's the year? 1619 to 1969, man. The spirit that's Bible prophecy. That's Bible prophecy, man. It says, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. And they heard a great voice from heaven, saying upon them, come up hither. And they ascended up to the heaven in a cloud, and the enemies beheld them. All right. So the Israelites, the awakening of the prophets, the awakening of the sincere believers in Yahweh Shem Shai, all right, those are going to be the same ones getting beamed up into a what? It says a cloud, referring to a chariot, all right, referring to who the world ignorantly causes UFOs, unidentified flying objects, but we understand them to be chariots, okay? That's another indicator that this is the end, man. All right, and it's a spiritual, it's a faith booster for those that believe in the Bible, okay? Chariots are a faith booster. Those UFO sightings that Esau Edom, the so-called white man, likes to come out with now, finally. All right, those are chariots of the Yahweh Shem Shai, man, and that's what's going. Those are going to be the vehicles to deliver, those sincere believers in Yahweh Shem Shai, man. Okay, it says, "And their enemies shall be beheld them," man. All right, because the enemies are going to be left here, all right, to be destroyed. It says in the midst of warfare. Okay, one of those great nations must indicate and point out one of the great nations that are going to be part of this World War III. Let's get that in Ezekiel 38, which will be Russia. Okay, this is Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 3. It says, "And say, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal." Verse 4. It says, "And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws." Okay, because who's in that land today are the Russians. All right, Magog and Gog, man. Those Russians are in that land today. It's about the landmass. All right, because truly, originally, it was the nation derived from Japhet. Okay, or Japhetic nations. All right, but in that land today, it's the Russians. Okay, it says, verse 4. It says, "And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords." See, this is the Lord putting those hooks, that fighting spirit, back into that nation of Russia. Okay, that fighting spirit, that war spirit, man. Okay, that's the Lord doing this thing. All right, verse 5, it says, "Persia, Ethiopia, Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet." So Russia's going to have allies as well, and one of those main allies being Persia, which are referring to the Iranians, okay, which referring to Iran, man. Ethiopia and Libya, African nations, all of them with shield and helmet. This is about to be an all-out war, and when you see these nations create these missiles as well, that's another indicator that this is the end, because this place is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles. All right, set up by Yahweh Shem Shai. The Lord is in full control of all this, man. All this going on, the Lord is in full control. All right. This is Isaiah 54, verse 16. It says, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and have created the waster to destroy." See, the Lord is allowing these nations to create this missile technology, all right, for them to destroy one another. That's what the Lord is doing, man. All right, this is what the scriptures have already written. They're already predestined to happen. So now we know what's going to happen. And when we see these current events and we see them testing out their nuclear capabilities through the ocean or through the air, hey, this is when we get that round of applause, because we understand that this is it, man. This is it. And then it calls us to haste even more in the coming of our power, Yahweh Shem Shai, because we know he's going to return. And Lord willing, we be of that number to be delivered. Okay? Lord willing. All right? And I also want to get another strong indicator that we in the times of the end, man. Let's get Ezekiel 7, which is the collapse of the dollar, man. All right, the collapse of the dollar. All right. This is Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 19. It reads, "They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed." And this is one of the main stumbling blocks to our people. That dollar, man, that money. They don't see it falling, man. They don't see it going anywhere. All right. But to their lack of knowledge, man, the U.S. is incredibly in debt, man. I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, over 30 trillion in debt. All right, to other nations. And the dollar is not backed up. It's backed up by fiat currency, aka fake currency, man. It's not backed up by gold anymore. That standard of gold is not in the play anymore. Okay, so that's another indicator that, man, this thing can collapse any day now, man. All right, but it's already forespoken about in the Bible. All right, so we expect these things to happen. All right, Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 19. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord. So that's to let you know that this is referring to the last days, man. That your gold and silver is not going to be able to deliver you anyway. And the end is going to collapse. All right, that's why it says it's going to be in the streets, man. It's going to be useless. It's going to be probably used as toilet paper or something, man. That's it. It says they shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is a stumbling block of their iniquity. All right, and that would lead me right into, after that fall of the dollar, one of the major prophecies that is this will lead me to will be the RFID microchip, man. All right, and one of the main countries that you see being an example for years would be Sweden. You can look it up on YouTube, Google. They have videos of them implanting that microchip biometric technology into their bodies, man. All right, used to open doors, used to all types of advanced technology capabilities that it holds. All right, they give off the advertisement of it being very convenient. Your money, your data, your no more carrying around anything or anybody hacking your system or your information. That's how they advertise it. But we know with the Bible prophecy, anyone who takes the RFID chip is guaranteed to be destroyed. That's why we, Lord willing, we pray and hope that we resist the temptation, the enticement to resist the RFID chip, man, because we understand that times are going to get increasingly hard. We understand this, all right? And Lord willing, we prepare our mind and endure to the end to be saved, man. And a part of that endurement is going to come through resisting and not taking at all the RFID chip, okay? So this is Revelation chapter 13, verse 15. It reads, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. The image being the system, man. All right. Those that are not worshiping the system, it's going to be consequences behind resisting this RFID chip. All right. It says verse 16. And he causes all. Who is that he? Esau Edom, man. All right. That great deceiver, that great liar. He's the devil, man. He's going to deceive many into taking this RFID chip. That those that the Lord is not with. All right. It says both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. It says small or great, rich and poor, free and bond. It's not going to matter if you're rich or poor. Not going to matter your status in the society. Everybody's going to be, it's going to be mandated, man. It's going to be made mandatory. All right. It says in your right hand or in your forehead, in your body in general, man. All right. Don't be simple. Anywhere in your body. Don't even take that risk. All right. This is the vision what John the Revelator was seeing. All right. He's seeing the right hand in the forehead. Okay. So that's what's written. All right. But in the body, man. Don't resist the RFID because this is where your salvation lies, man. All right, so verse 17 says, and that no man might buy or sell. See, that's how you know it's physical. All right, this RFID chip is physical, man. It says, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay, so these and that RFID chip is one of those main indicators that this is the end. We're seeing the RFID chip right now. All right. And those that don't believe it just don't want to see it. That's all it is. And truly the Lord is blinding them of understanding. Okay. But we see it happening. We see it happening. And that's a major prophecy in the book of Revelations. Okay. One of the major last prophecies. All right. Including World War III. All right. So don't take the RFID chip, man. These are indicators that we know we're at the end. We understand. These are just, a few scriptures that let you know that we are at the end. Simple and plain. Straight to the point. Okay? There's no doubt about it, man. You shouldn't doubt, when we see these things come to pass. That you should know that Yahweh Shai is on the way back. And this is not the end all be all. This is not that YOLO spirit. You only live once. No. Our kingdom of heaven is about to be established on earth. Okay? And we're going to have rulership and dominion over all these other nations that are not Israelites, man. Okay? So, Lord willing, this lesson was comforting, encouraging, and it was able to, help you understand, that we're at the end. We're clearly at the end. All right. We're clearly at the end, and continuing the fight, to the return of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. So Lord willing, it was edifying, exhorting for the elect member or two. I want to end out by giving all the glory, infinite praises unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai B'Shem Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well. All right. Shalom. Keep the faith. Shalom. Bye.